Okay, I want to show you guys something really flippin' weird, okay? We're gonna start, this one is the Dallas County, I added that, but that's what this is. Dallas County Democrat Party Primary Cumulative Report from March 3rd, 2020, okay? See, I've underlined the date and the fact that it's the Democrat primary ballot. Now what I'm going to do, zoom in on this name right here, Rocky de la Fuente. Okay? Alright? Then what I'm going to do is show you the Dallas County Republican Party Cumulative Report from March 3rd, 2020. Huh. Who's that? Rocky de la Fuente Guerra. Or is that Guerra? That's my nickname when I work in the Mexican restaurants. I'm always Guerra. Especially when I was blonde. I did not find this. This was found by May, one of our best investigators in the country. Okay, this is Dallas County. Okay, Democrat Party primary, March 3rd, 2020. Republican Party primary, March 3rd, 2020. Now, let's go over to Travis County. Here's the Democrat cumulative report, okay, from March 3rd, 2020, the primaries. Who's that? Rocky de la Fuente. Here's the Republican Party cumulative report from Travis County. Rocky de la Fuente Guerra. In the Republican ballots, he has an extra name. Interesting. Let's jump to Tarrant County. Alright, where the party's at. This is the cumulative report for the Democrat Party from March 3rd, 2020. Rocky de la Fuente. And the Republican Party cumulative report for Tarrant County. Rocky de la Fuente Guerra. March 3rd, 2020. Oh, let's just do another one. Let's just do Harris County. Democrat Party cumulative report. Primary election, March 3rd, 2020. Rocky de la Fuente Guerra. And the Republican Party cumulative report. Just from Harris County. Just so that you know it wasn't a mistake in one county. Rocky de la Fuente Guerra. That is the same candidate on multiple counties. Primary ballots for both parties. Let me show you why that's actually illegal. Here's why it's not lawful. This is the law. Texas Election Code 172.086, Pledge on the Ballot. The following pledge shall be placed on the primary election ballot above the listing of the candidates' names. I am a blank, insert appropriate political party, and understand that I am ineligible to vote or participate in another political party's primary election or convention during this voting year. Okay? Here's another issue. If you'll notice, in each one of these county races, Rocky de la Fuente Guerra is in a different position on the ballot. Like number 1, number 2, number 3. That's determined actually through a process, which I'll go over in 1 second. Here he is lower down here. Okay, these are primary ballots, so they're managed by the individual parties in partnership with the counties. Okay? Except, you know, Travis County had a joint primary, but still. Here he is. So here is Republican. He's number 2 on the Republican ballot in Harris County. He's number like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on the Democrat Harris County primary report. Over here, he is number 1 on Tarrant County's Republican primary. For the Democrats, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in Tarrant County for the Democrats. He's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, number 5 for the Republican in Travis. This is the law that has to do with the positioning on the ballot. Order of names on general primary ballot, regular drawing. And I'm only going to read the part that's relevant. The order of the candidates' names on the general primary election ballot for each county shall be determined by a drawing. They literally draw out of a hat with numbers written on them. I don't know if it's a hat, but that's what they do. It might be a box or a bag. I don't know. The county chair or the county chair's designee shall conduct the drawing unless the county executive committee provides by resolution that the drawing be conducted by the primary committee. Each candidate, that's the only part that's relevant, really. What this means, okay? Let me tell you what this means. This means that not one county's party chair, not one county's elections administrator or county clerk, and not the Secretary of State either. Nobody realized that these candidates were on both ballots. That this candidate was on both the Republican and the Democrat primary ballot. And Glenn Whitley, is this your definition of perfect elections? We're all about sick of hearing about the perfect elections. Glenn Whitley. You want to know why people don't trust our elections? We have good laws. They're just not being followed. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Right in front of us, this stuff happens. Right in fucking front of us. They break the law. They do it right in front of our election officials. Maybe our election officials are the ones doing it. But this is absolutely inexcusable. For this mofo to be on statewide county ballots for both parties in the March 3rd, 2020 primary election, but we're supposed to trust the November 3rd, 2020 general election? This is cursory. Okay? What part of this is perfect, Glenn Whitley? We are sick of hearing you. Let me calm down. We're sick of hearing about how perfect our elections were. What part of this looks perfect to you, Glenn Whitley? Oh, that's a meme. What part of this is perfect? Huh? Glenn Whitley. By the way, I stopped by the Panther Island Pavilion office in downtown Fort Worth today, where I was working. I feel like, it's beautiful in there. I feel like just affording that office alone is costing taxpayers more dollars than we signed up for. I saw your little plaque. Do you have to do you have to break the election laws in order to manipulate our elections to get your kickbacks from stuff like the Panther Island project? It's just a question. It's not an accusation. It's an honest question. You said in your plaque, all counties, all citizens benefit. But I'm starting to believe that only the people who have plaques up at the Panther Island Pavilion office in downtown Fort Worth are the ones that actually benefit. You keep putting bonds and liens up for us to vote on, phrasing them in the most confusing ways you possibly can. And when and if they pass, You tell us we voted for them when we turn around and end up getting pissed off at the results. This is ridiculous. You don't even know what's going on. You clearly didn't read the Secretary of State's Phase 1 audit report because it was a joke. It was funny. If this shit wasn't so serious, we'd all be able to enjoy a good laugh. But this is absolutely unacceptable. There's nothing perfect about this, Glenn Whitley. This happens right in front of you, Whitley. I don't even know what I want to say to Hyder right now because Hyder knew. Hyder knew. Hyder is the best in the world at elections, aren't you, Hyder? And you knew this. Tell us how the Secretary of State authorized the circumvention of this election code. I'm sure you have an explanation. Surely, Hyder, you didn't choose on your own to violate the election codes. Surely you had a certain amount of guidance from up above.